Ezekiel, right? That's the word of Yahweh, right or wrong? The prophecy of Ezekiel that you just said you couldn't argue with, is that the word of Yahweh?
Look, I got to respond to the comment. Ellen Collins, I'm not establishing I'm establishing grace right now.
No, okay? I would disagree with that wholeheartedly. But again, Ezekiel, is that the word of Yahweh that we read in Ezekiel?
Yes.
Okay, cool, great. Is what you're reading in Hebrews the word of Yahweh?
Absolutely.
How is it? Does it say, thus saith the Lord after that?
No. This is, well, you haven't answered the question about who wrote Hebrews.
I'm not saying that I know who wrote Hebrews. What I'm saying is Hebrews is not the word of Yahweh, though.
Okay. Ezekiel, yes.
So we know Ezekiel is. So if there's, and now again, we gave an explanation as to what Hebrews was talking about. But if there's any confusion, what are we going to side with? The word of Yahweh, or a book that we're not even sure who the exact author of it is?
The side with Yahweh.
What I'm saying is Hebrews is not the word of Yahweh, though. What I'm saying is Hebrews is not the word of Yahweh, though. What I'm saying is Hebrews is not the word of Yahweh, though. What I'm saying is Hebrews is not the word of Yahweh, though. What I'm saying is Hebrews is not.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rechah HaKwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Also a sincere shalom to you other elders, Akim, brethren, you few sisters, and you followers of the truth. Okay, I want to go on this video that is going around. I actually saw it on Elder Yashawama's channel and various other brothers' channels that I see doing responses. So I wanted to touch on this real quick. I'm going to just hit the point. Chief Priest Alazar, Sakaris of the Sakari or whatever, he says the book of Hebrews is not, I guess, canonized. This is the same thing that Vocab Malone would say about the Apocrypha. Okay, so we must understand that once you do the research, and I know where he gets it from, you can go to different sources that says it's not clear who authorized the book of Hebrews, but of all books to say that that's the book that's not legitimate because it doesn't say thus saith the Lord. But even Yahushua, every time he spoke, he would say his father, but it was not always thus saith the Lord. Okay, because he was coming in the name of the Lord. So Apostle Paul, when you go into the book of Hebrews, a lot of it was the books off of Apostle Paul, and it had a lot of authenticity from the Old Testament as well. We'll get into that as well. And this is why it's called the book of Hebrews. It's the book of Hebrews. This is crazy that this man denounces the book of Hebrews, which he would have to denounce Yahushua. I think the elder brother, Amawan Gabar thing, GMS 144, I saw some, Awakening 144, I saw some of his video. And I said that, I left that in a comment. It's spiritual because a half hour before that, I left that in a comment on the elder's page, Yashawamba, that said he's about to throw out the New Testament because he's not coming in the volume of the book. Okay? Let's get some examples. But let me read this little bit, Epistle of the Hebrews. The Epistle of the Hebrews, or Letter of the Hebrews, of the Greek manuscript, simply to the Hebrews. The text does not mention the name of its author, but was traditionally attributed to Paul the Apostle. And this is why he has an issue with things that Apostle Paul said. So then, if he before he said this, if you watch videos prior, when he in his debates, he was saying a lot of things Apostle Paul was saying was wrong. So, or wasn't of the Lord. So in that case, he does understand that a lot of those writings is in the book of Hebrews. So now he has to denounce the book of Hebrews, right? But Apostle Paul had one of the most powerful scriptures in the New Testament. That's Romans the 9th chapter. Okay? Goes on to say, however, doubt on Pauline authorship in a Roman church is reported by Eusebius. There's a lot of history on canonizing and Eusebius, who they supposedly took the Old Testament out, then he brought the New Testament back, because of the people, the universalize it, because they wanted the people only wanted to hear the good stuff, the smooth words, right? So they didn't want the Old Testament. That's why you got people walking around with New Testament Bibles, because they don't want the Old Testament. Then you have some people with the Old Testament Bibles that don't want the New Testament. And that's why we'll get here in Hebrews, the 10th chapter. Let's go to Hebrews, the 10th chapter, and looks like the 7th verse. It says, then said I, lo, I come in a volume of the book. It is written of me to do thy will, O God, or Yahweh. Right? So when you go in the book of Psalms, so this is just a compiled books of information. Like if I wrote a book off of somebody else's book, it was inspired off of somebody else's book, but I just brought out, like we're kind of doing, reiterating the epistles and the letters, and we open up and say all praises, authorizing it, through the Most High. And if somebody else gets it and they don't see that, the Spirit will have to move with them to understand that this is still of the Most High. So you don't have to see "Thus saith the Lord" all the time, because when you read the scriptures, if the words of the Lord is sharp and powerful, as two. So I believe that's in Hebrews the 4th chapter as well, right? That's something. It's in the Hebrews, I believe 4 and 12 or something like that. This is Psalms 40:7. It says, then said, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. Right? But then you see the same thing here in Hebrews 10 and 7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. Which brings me back to Hebrews 13 and 8. Yahushua, they say Jesus Christ. Yahushua the same yesterday and today and forever. So I just wanted to hit those points. Let's go back to this article on the epistles, the book of Hebrews. Although the writer's style reflects some characteristics of Paul's writing, there is some differences. Scholars of Greeks consider its writing to be more polished and eloquent than any other book of the New Testament, and very careful, composed, and studied Greek of Hebrews is not Paul's spontaneous, validated contextual Greek, right? So this is why when you read these books and the way things was written, you have to go into the text. You got to remember it was the translations. Okay, doesn't mean that the book is not legitimate, right? Let's go some more. Let's go to Hebrews 13, and let's go to 20. Now Yahweh, God of peace, that brought again from the dead of our Lord Yahushua, that great shepherd of the sheep, through the blood of the everlasting covenant. So you can clearly see a lot of these things that are written. These were written. You had Apostle Paul in his writings, who was speaking of Yahushua as well. So the Most High would not have allowed this book to get together with those kind of flaws. I'm talking about on high levels of flaws that you have to throw out the whole book of Hebrews. This is, when you throw out the whole book of Hebrews, you're throwing out a whole lot of edification, a whole lot of faith building. And that goes to when if any man takes the word out of this book, he takes his part out of the book of life. It says, make you perfect in every good work to do his will. This goes back to what Yahushua said, Matthew 5 and 48. Be ye therefore perfect, which perfect, when you look that up, means to be completeness. Okay, to be completed. Working in you that which is well pleasing in the sight through Yahushua, to whom be the glory forever and ever. Amen. Or so let it be. And I beseech you, brethren. See, this is all that you would hear a lot of Apostle Paul saying. And this is why they have to throw out the book of Hebrews, because they don't believe in a good portion, or let me say quite a bit, of the letters of Apostle Paul. And I beseech you, brethren, suffer the word of exhortation. For I have written a letter unto you in few words. Know ye that our brother Timothy, right, is set at liberty, and whom, if he will come shortly, I will see you. Salute all them that have the rule over you, and all the saints. They of Italy salute you. Okay, grace be to you all. So I just wanted to hit a couple of those points, that what you see here in the book of Hebrews, it's for you as a Hebrew Israelite. This is why it says Hebrews. That's why it's there. And it's really a faith-building book. Faith-building edification, edifying book. Uplifting, you know. It's a lot in the book of Hebrews that's really was said in Corinthians, you know, things Yahushua said, you know. It's all in completeness of the book. That's why we go back to Hebrews 10:7 when it says, lo, I come in a volume of the book. This is why that was put there as a stumbling block. That could have been precept in any other book, but that right there, Hebrews 10:7 and Psalms 40:7, say the same exact thing. It's the same exact thing. So anyway, I don't got much else to say on that. Of all books, he wants to throw out the book of Hebrews, but you know, it's a lot of the other books he's throwing out. Corinthians, I was a lot in the book of Romans. I'm not going to put words in his mouth, but I do know that all of them teach that Paul did not speak the word of the Most High on a lot of levels. They all teach that. The whole Sakari group teach that. And I have to say it, when you get Christians debate you, and you say, you throw out a book, and they say, you don't even believe in the whole Bible, and a Christian is telling you this. Now, I stand for the Hebrew Israelites, of course, but how are you going to let a Christian tell you that? That you're way off. I don't know any other Hebrew Israelite that follows the New Testament that pick books out that they want to keep and throw the ones out that they don't want. That is insane, man. You think the Lord will put us that much in a trick bag? That's all I have on that. Shalom.